Hey everybody, welcome back to Fun with Fallen Flags. So the fallen flags that we're going to discuss today are going to be the Santa Fe, the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe, the Denver and Rio Grande Western, the Burlington Route, Colorado and Southern earlier than that is involved, but as a predecessor. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those routes specifically on the joint line. Now the joint line runs from Colorado, runs from Denver and Castle Rock down south through Larkspur, through Palmer Lake, over the Palmer Divide, which was crucial for the railroads in the steam era, especially because that was a water stop for the steam engines, and then on down to Colorado Springs. Now things have changed dramatically now because it's a BNSF line, so that route obviously is not fallen. So that flag is up, but all of its predecessors' trackage and grades and everything are in there. Now the BNSF has done some improvements. They've put some better rail and concrete ties in, so there's a lot of traffic. This route is a very busy route. But we're essentially going to go from Denver at 5,200 feet above sea level, over the Palmer Divide, which is about 7,250 feet above sea level. So you'll see that the trains on this route will have helpers on the back. There'll be 2 or 3 engines on the nose, and then on the tail you're going to find probably 2 diesel engines at the back end pushing over, and they won't cut off at the top. They will continue on because it's the front range, so it's very hilly, and they're going to need some of that extra horsepower, especially as they go south. It gets hilly again, and then there's Raton Pass way down south at the Colorado border. So anyway, we're going to go and head out and hit our first stop and talk about the route, and we'll see what we find today. I checked the weather. It's supposed to be a little cloudy, supposed to be a little chilly. It's early right now. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, so wish me luck.
Apologize for the noise, but we are right next to the highway. So we are in Castle Rock. We are at the basically the old Denver and Rio Grande depot that was right next to the tracks. The tracks head south from here, and we're going to follow the tracks in that direction. The tracks are actually BNSF, Burlington Northern Santa Fe tracks now, and we're going to follow some of the freights that head south. No passenger service anymore, but we are going to head in that direction, and it goes uphill from here, and it is usually colder. We're going to go over essentially what is Monument Pass, Monument Hill, but we're going to move to the west side. The tracks actually go around the west side, and they go over through Larkspur, and they go over the west side at Palmer Lake. So we anticipate that we're going to see a little bit of chilly weather. So hopefully not. Last time it was sunny, but it does look cloudy that way. So let's go. All right, this is one of my favorite places to come in Colorado and chase trains. This bridge looks like it has been cobbled together with just concrete piers, spare parts, timbers, trestles. You'll notice on the far left side that there is just a conglomeration of pieces over there. So we're gonna sit here for a minute and hopefully we'll get lucky and catch a train. Oh, I hear something coming. Oh, we're gonna get in a new position, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot this train going over the trestle. morning, everybody. Here we are on a beautiful, little chilly, little breezy Colorado morning. We are shooting a BNSF coal freight coming through, and it is heading south from Larkspur down to Palmer Lake. And I hope you enjoy the footage. about that long. So if you ever happen to be in the area and you're interested in catching a really, really long coal train, this part of Colorado is prime real estate for that. So on to the next spot. Lake's up ahead. Looks like this coal train is stopped for a moment. It is probably because there's a train coming up from Colorado Springs through Palmer Lake. At Palmer Lake, the tracks actually fork. So there's two tracks here, but there's only one track heading down into the springs. So it looks like he's just shutting down, waiting for the oncoming train to clear, and then we'll go ahead and watch him pass. Alright, I just heard a horn from the southbound train. Two shorts, a long and a short, which means it went through a grade crossing. So he's going to come north on this parallel track over here to my left, and then once he clears, then the coal train's going to get clearance to head south. So let's wait to see what comes by on the parallel track. Alright, parallel track, you can see there's a coal train heading north, loaded with just empties. So empties north, full coal train south. That's what you see here at Palmer Lake very often. So once this guy gets moving north out of the way, our southbound coal freight should be able to get started. Alright, there he goes. He's heading north and track southbound. We'll see if they clear, but if they do, then this coal train can get moving. Sounds like he's moving. So let's finish this show. This is not the warmest of days right now. It is just a bit chilly. You got to remember, we are on essentially the west side of Monument Hill. So Monument Hill, which is I-25 moving north-south, which gets really nasty in the wintertime. We're just over the crest from that, so this is typical. Hello. All right, it's showtime. Let's take some more pictures. It's very windy here, but he's just starting out. He's essentially at the top of the crest, almost, and we should get some nice slow run-bys. know the terrain, you know the trackage, you can hear the signals, you know what those mean, and put all that together and you know where to be, and you may have to wait a little bit while something's happening, but all of that knowledge definitely helps you. And I've never worked on a railroad. I've never been involved with any of the industries that are directly affected with the railroads or done any type of rail support. So the fact that I can pick up a book, watch some YouTube videos, sit here and pay attention to what's going on, allows me to go out and just have fun, keep it legal, stay off your railroad property, don't put yourself in danger, but go out and get some great videos, some great shots, and just keep practicing and go chase some trains. So, hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to wait for the tail end of the train to go by. The last time it went by, it took us 5 minutes to get the entire train to go by. So, we'll see, but we probably have a couple more minutes. So, enjoy the gold cars. Not much longer, folks. I can see the helpers coming up, so they're about 25 cars back. So let's sit back and watch the helpers push this freight over the top of Palmer Lake, and it's downhill to Colorado Springs, and south of there. South there, if they're not dropping coal at Colorado Springs, they could be heading down to Pueblo. South of that, Tone Pass, and who knows where they're going. So I would imagine some of this is probably heading for power plants in the Springs and Pueblo, perhaps. And here we go. Got the 2 helpers coming up, and then we'll put this baby to bed and go get back in the car and get warm. going to do it. Even though the helpers are on the back, they're not going to cut them off. They usually will leave them on and roll over the hill. Every once in a while, if you're driving north on the highway, you'll see that there will be some helpers that will be moving back to Denver. Generally, you don't see that. If they set up a consist, they know that it's going to be that way for the duration. So the helpers on this train will stay on over Palmer Lake, excuse me, and down into the springs. There's some more terrain that they'll want to have those on for. So anyway, I appreciate you guys checking it out, and if you're ever in the area, plan to come out here when it's a little warmer. Winter is definitely coming.
All right, well, we're back inside and it's nice and warm. That was a pretty brutal day, and the clouds were dropping and wreaking havoc with the video camera's light sensor. You could tell it was getting really light and dark, so I apologize for that. If you're ever looking for some data on how to weather a BNSF rotary dump hopper, I just gave you like 100 examples, so go through and use any of those. Also, I didn't add any music overlay like I had done on some previous videos. I know some people think that that's actually kind of, nice to hear. I also was watching somebody had created a bunch of videos and everybody was posting that they didn't want to listen to it. All they wanted to hear was the actual sound effects of the train, the diesel, the engines, the wheels squeal, everything else. So I took heed to that on whatever user I was watching. I think it was a Union Pacific, a whole bunch of videos. So I thought, yeah, there's some valid point to that. So I didn't add any. I am going to wrap this up, and hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm gonna wrap it up with some shots that I took on the same route, but on a nicer day, typical blue Colorado sky, and it was a lot warmer than it was. So please enjoy that, and I will see you next time for episode 15. Thanks, guys.